What's poppin', everybody?
Welcome back to the Cold Podcast.
I'm Zoe.
And I'm Steve.
And we are going to take a look at some viral media that's been going around. This time it is a black woman on a podcast saying that she thinks her husband is a simp because he accepted her even though she had 3 kids.
Oh, man, you had me at black woman on a podcast. Let's go ahead and see the video.
All
Start
right.
her up.
And you know, someone's always interesting when you have those 2 things.
A lot if we really feel it. It's the ones we don't like. We make them do it all.
So you ain't like your husband.
Uh-oh.
I ain't trying to embarrass my husband even more on the internet,
But I'm going to do it anyway.
I seen the opportunity and I took it.
What I'm saying, what his qualities was?
I mean, for one, he accepted the fact that I have 3 kids.
So you got 3 kids too,
I have 3 children.
and a nigga supposed to come with the bag?
They supposed to come. And that's why you have to have a bag.
Yeah.
Like you got to take care
So
of
I'm
me
saying,
and my kids.
so like you automatically get these responsibilities.
Yes,
Stop playing.
I'm not playing.
And how many niggas doing this?
I have between 2 or 3.
Wow.
I'm saying, how many have you ran into in life?
Okay, so let's say I run into. Let's say I run into 100 dudes. Probably about 4 of them.
Yeah, they're about the odds. I
Probably
fuck with
about-
that. Now you.
Probably about
They're
4
about,
of
they're
them.
about the odds. All right.
Probably about, I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, that's
Up
not.
the
Yeah, no.
number.
So that kind of sound like you are delusional. You just catching. It's just a sucker born every day.
Basically,
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying. A nigga that's so you ain't never caught no nigga that's worth something doing that though. Am I kidding?
I probably have one. See, the way this game work is, you have to get with a man who ain't used to dating bad.
Was you going to call herself a bad bitch?
Yeah, she was. She was getting ready to.
Yeah,
but, you know,
she was gearing up. They cut it like, all right, this is getting ridiculous.
each kid cuts her about half a point. So even if she was a 7, she'd be a 5.5.
Yeah.
That's pretty insane.
Every kid
4 out of
dropped
every
at one point.
100 dudes, those aren't very good odds.
Those are really high
to
numbers.
be honest.
Yeah.
That's pretty insane.
She's-
Whoever her husband is, if he accept her after seeing that, he truly is a simp.
Oh, yeah.
They must be getting divorced or something, because I can't imagine someone just flagrantly saying stuff like that while actively being in a relationship with their husband.
No, it's crazy because I'm like, there has to be absolutely zero fear he's going anywhere because she's not saying ex-husband. It sounds like that's her current husband.
Oh.
And she has such no problem disrespecting him in front of the world.
Just completely disrespecting him in the worst way
That's pretty
possible.
insane.
Called him a
Like,
simp.
yeah, that idiot takes care of my kids and pays for everything.
Yeah, just
like,
literally
yeah, I got
telling
his
the
ass.
world exactly how you fooled this guy who's
man.
supposed to love you and vice versa.
Yeah, being a stepdad sounds. Whew.
It's a rough one. I mean, it's rough, especially when you have, you know, like if this is the climate, if this is just like the standard, like, I don't know, this could obviously just, you know, in fairness, be just an anomaly of a chick. But maybe she's speaking the minds of women who think the same thing, but just hide it better. Because I can see that gets kind of, you know, the you know, a lot of stepdads and the experience they have with saying that they get a lack of respect from their women. I can believe a lot of women probably think like this once they have kids.
I'm thinking
Really hope-
probably because she's like she seems to have like brain rot. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like a little bit of brain rot.
But you can hear in how she talks. Like she
Yeah.
kind of has that like that weird like city girl twang about her speech.
Yeah, I don't think she necessarily represents most women. She represents a lot of women for sure, but
Yeah.
I don't think she represents most women. I do think that just the mere fact that she was willing to say this on the podcast while having a husband makes her seem like an idiot. But at the same time, it's like
Yeah.
her.
I think she represents a. Oh, sorry.
Well, I was gonna say her husband probably just feels like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But if he sticks around, like, cause I don't know, taking care of 3 of another man's children. I just
That's
can't.
pretty.
that's rough.
The ego is
Like, at that
insane.
point, she needs to be single forever.
Yeah. She needs to
think
be
about what
tossed
she said,
outside
right?
and put in a gutter somewhere.
Bro, think about what she said in her ego. She said 4 out of 100 men would even accept these odds,
Yeah.
you know, of having 3 kids. But then she goes on a podcast and just says that shit about him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
she must be looking for 3 out of 100.
Like,
then.
well, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
She said she
Insanely
said her
arrogant.
husband is literally a bottom of the barrel guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to remember. She said like you basically look for guys you don't like to put all your bullshit on. Basically, she was
Yeah,
like, you
which
find a guy you don't like, and then you have him take care of your kids because he'll stick around. Like, ugh.
That's crazy.
crazy.
That's like the biggest deterrent to like give a woman the benefit of the doubt ever. Because I'm just like, so this is Because what? That's insane. Like that's the thought process. Like all this behind the bullshit. You just want me to take on your burdens so you can go tell the world how much of a fucking sucker I was.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that nigga taking care of my kids. What a fucking idiot.
And he still ain't getting none.
Yeah. Like, I don't necessarily think it's a
Still
bad
holding
thing
out.
to like be a stepdad, but only in the situation where you have a baby mama. I think if you have a kid by someone else and you bring that kid into a relationship with kids, then it's fair. It's fair game. But I think if you're like a single dude and you're going after baby mamas, unless there's like an explicit, like you work together or you're friends and you have like a really good romantic relationship, I don't think there's anything that warrants taking over a family. It's not yours.
Yeah, I think objectively, it's like never. It's always kind of like a risk you're taking. Now, like I said, I've seen situations where like that makes sense, kind of what you described, like a Brady Bunch situation where like a family merges essentially, because one person already had kids, the other person has kids, or maybe one person had a family and they divorced and then he just remarried later in life to a woman that also had a family. Like that's just life. Yeah. But I think if you're like a person that wants to create their own family and you're a young guy and you haven't, I couldn't see there being any like explicit benefit to just being going into a stepdad situation right off the bat, because there's really nothing for I think the guy to gain. I think the woman gains a lot because she's already got a kid. She's getting someone to watch over the kid, of course.
What was that
and to be a
metaphor
provider.
You gave me a metaphor with like lions or some shit.
Oh,
that was hilarious.
Oh yeah, I think I said something along the fact like I was saying like if humans operated like lions, like she would give me access to killing your kid. Like if I have to step in and be with her, then I get to kill that kid and give her a new one. Do how bears and lions do
Did
it.
you say like the fucking like the old single lion turtle or some shit?
Yeah, because in some situations, like lions, like because they operate by pride. So like when an old lion gets old, sometimes they'll like go off because they'll get kicked out by the young buck, and like they can't get another pride. So the old lions would just shack up and become gay. It's just like,
So imagine if your stepkid kicked you out and made you gay.
yeah, I want to be a stepdad. So then later in life, I get beaten by him, and I never have my own legacy. Now I got to go off and be a gay lion.
Yeah, no, that
My
sounds
thing is, she's calling this man a simp, but I guess maybe that's what like she's saying he's not as masculine as she wants him to be or something. Or
Well, basically, I think it's a thing of like, she understands that he's a guy that will take less than what most men would say to deserve. I think it's that kind of thing of like, she could tell that he has a loser mindset.
bit of a pushover.
Yeah, a bit of a pushover, like not as dominant, not as assertive, not actually going for what he wants because he's willing to accept something that even she recognizes is like, why would any man take this, if he knew what he was worth? He must obviously not know what he's worth and or is willing to accept less than what a normal guy would consider himself being worthy of.
right.
That's insane. She's really doing herself a disservice for even, having that that state of mind.
Yeah, it's wild because assuming this isn't all just fucking, a podcast theater, I'm like, she's destroying her own marriage right here. Like she's already saying like, I kind of got this simp by the skin of my teeth, but it's all been working fine. Yeah. But like her saying this is literally just opening up the fucking Pandora's box of, well, who's to say this guy won't see this now and all this goes out the window?
Yeah.
It's just arrogance. Cause
she must be confident in two things. That one, this guy is actually that much of a simp that he is just going to live with this and be fine and not ever like leave her. Like he has to be that big of a simp to where she's like, I can say what the fuck I want because I know this nigga ain't going anywhere.
Right.
Or she's got to believe it'll be that easy to find another guy for her.
Right, and it won't
Which
be
is not.
because she has
Hell
3
no.
kids.
I mean, she said it herself, 4 out of 100 odds. That's not very easy.
Yeah. She should be appreciative, but
You think
very
instead
much
she
so,
still has an
yeah.
ego somehow. So
Yeah.
that goes to show, don't trust these women, man. Some of them are
I mean,
crazy.
I would hope that they all not like that. But if you a female,
careful.
you a single mother and you got 3 kids, I ain't gonna say any man. You feel me? You wanna be happy in the situation you in, but humble yourself. The streets ain't for you no more. You
Yeah.
cut it out.
Everybody in general, like
I've never heard a white woman say anything like this. I don't know.
Well, I have I'll tell you this, I have a test. When I meet a girl, the first thing I do before, we even engage in any type of like level of commitment, I go ahead and I reach for I reach for like a little tuft of her hair and I yank it. And if it comes off, then that's a sign that I shouldn't be with her because that tells me she's already lying to me. I just met her and she's already lying. That's not even her hair.
Come on, there's a lot of black women. There's a lot of black women that's not gonna like that one. They're gonna disagree with that one.
I'll just crash it out. But there we go.
All right, guys, let's close this one out. That was a good point to close on. Anyway, that's been Black Bitches Saying Stupid Shit. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode of the Cold Podcast. You can find us on all social media at The Cold Podcast. We're also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. You can check us out on Patreon. $5 a month gets you access to all of the My Black Friends podcasts and any other exclusive content we create. Thanks for popping in. We got to pop out of here.
All right. Peace.